Merry Christmas, you bunch of freaking murder hobos. Hey, everybody. This is Martin over at Drop the Lowest. I hope you're doing well. What do you do with a bunch of murder hobos? Let's have a chat on that. So I run a game that is, what do you say? Every couple nights, maybe? Or really, no. I don't even, we can't even do that. We try to. We're old fogies with families, and it's not the easiest thing to do. So we run a couple times a month. And those happen about 3 to 4 hours max. And we're using Fantasy Grounds as our platform on this one. So everything goes pretty well. It goes pretty smoothly. Now, here's the problem. Here's the problem. We got some guys that are just killing everybody in the town. This is a really old module. In fact, this is probably one of Matt Colville's favorites. The what is it? It's about the reptile god. So I ported all this in by hand into Fantasy Grounds to get the whole module in there. Works good, works well. I'm still learning a lot of that system, but you know what? That's fine. It's a really cool system. But the thing is that there is a huge difference, and I'm going to do another video here in a second. Let's go ahead and write that down. Next video. Difference between old and new modules. That's going to be the next video. Boom. So we're running through this module, and it's going pretty well. Their objective is to go investigate some of the happenings in this town and locate the mayor. And their job is to obscurely investigate why people are going missing, why things are going weird in this town. It was just a pickup game that we decided to do, and I really wanted to test out Fantasy Grounds and just kind of see how the whole thing worked. And for the most part, it does pretty good. I'm fairly happy with it. But they are killing everybody in the town. And so one of the conundrums that I had was, how do you maximize gameplay with limited time? Especially if you got a bunch of murder hobos. So I came up with the idea that we use Google Hangouts to not stream. We're not streamers, though I record the videos just so I can keep up with it. But really, we're utilizing Google Hangouts so that we can communicate during gameplay. However, there's another feature of the Google Hangouts or at least having an account for Google Hangouts, is that you can also have a chat. And so what I have decided to come up with is out of play or downtime role playing. Where what I will do is for instance, one of our guys has murdered the people in the inn, and the innkeeper has run off, and so now he has commandeered the inn. He did get somewhat of an approval from the mayor to utilize the establishment, but I mean, it's a wreck, so I don't know what he's going to do the whole time. But during the downtime, what I've decided to do is for instance, somebody maybe stabs a knife. I will send a message to Edward, the rogue who now wants this establishment, and I'll say, "Hey Ed, there's a dagger in the door, and there is a note on there that says, get out of our town. We don't want any outsiders running our inn when we have a perfectly good one across town. Now, what are you going to do with that? I mean, maybe that's a sign that they need to watch their backs. Maybe it's a sign that the other innkeeper is trying to threaten them a little bit, scare them off so they can capitalize on, the majority business. Maybe it's a thieves guild that's doing this and they don't like another thief from another town coming in and getting their share. There's a ton of things that this can do. However, the rules are during downtime roleplay, there is no combat. Zero combat. Everything you do must incorporate some type of skill, which the reason I do this is it helps to use a bit of a thought process behind these things. So now, the way I do the skills, since we're not rolling anything, the skills are not necessarily just arbitrary, but if you are proficient in a skill, then you take that skill and you add 10 to it. If you're not proficient in that skill, you're only going to add 5. Okay? That's just how I do it, just so we can progress things forward. So if somebody has a persuasion of 3 and they're trying to persuade a guard to let them in to talk to somebody, that's basically an 8. So you know what? You're not getting in. You're not getting in. And that's okay. Do something else. So that's what downtime play is for, and what we're going to do. And I feel that this will also progress the play when we're actually in play, and you only get 3 or 4 hours at the most, and only a couple times a month. I mean, that's not a lot. So let's maximize play by utilizing downtime role playing. So that's the solution that I came up with. Why don't you tell me down in the comments below what you're doing to progress play when you have limited time, or tell me how you're dealing with all your murder hobos. Anyways, this is Martin from Drop the Lowest. Have a good one. Get creative.